You have heard the acronym NSFW, not safe for work. That's a term that covers a lot of ground these days, but the original workplace taboo is actually getting a little less taboo by the minute. It's money. You know, other people's wages and salaries and bonuses. Stuff that for generations was strictly off limits in polite society, let alone in the office. But just today, a new pay transparency law went into effect in New York City. Businesses with 4 or more employees are now required to post the salary ranges for open positions. Similar statutes are on the books or on the way from Colorado to California, with the goal of ending racial and gender wage gaps. What's not to like? Well, plenty if you own a business, especially a small one. Some employers are worried that current staff will demand raises that they can't afford to pay, or that they'll quit for better opportunities that they now know exist. But there's no going back here. The website Indeed.com says 60% of its job ads include salary ranges already, and those ads see a 30% increase in job applicants. And with 1.7 job vacancies for every unemployed American, workers out there have leverage like never before, which actually might explain a phenomenon that's been puzzling to the executives and economists alike. Apparently, we are getting really lazy. The Bureau of Labor Statistics has just recorded the sharpest drop in American worker productivity since 1947. Yay! Joining me now to talk about all of this is President and Chief Career Strategist of the Bauke Group, Julie Bauke. Okay, Julie, so let's talk about this. Posting publicly these salaries. It's great for employees, but it kind of sounds like a nightmare for small businesses out there. Like they're really going to take it on the chin.
Well, they are, but if you think about it, first of all, you're right. The taboo of discussing pay is gone. It's just one of the way the younger generations have really changed the workplace. And they're demanding, they're not afraid to talk about it. And so they're demanding to know when I apply for a job, what's the range I can expect to be in? And I don't see too much wrong with that. You know, a lot of employers have operated under the strategy of let's get them for as cheap as we can. And they don't really, so it's sort of like, you know, it's the pay range is sort of shady. And if I can get you for less than I was willing to pay, then bully for me. And that has contributed heavily to especially the gender wage gap. And so this transparency is going to help with that. But when you really think about it, when I go to apply for a job, why shouldn't I know what the range is I ought to be negotiating my way into? We know that women are less likely to negotiate up front when they start a new job compared to men. And so they start at a disadvantage, even though they might be working right next to somebody who's doing the same job. They might be making, X% less. And that has really contributed to where we are from a wage gap perspective. And it also isn't a good business strategy.
So let me ask you about the small businesses out there who are shaking in their boots about this, because they will struggle to compete now to hire. And isn't that a grave concern that a lot of these mom and pops are going to just, they're just going to have a really tough go at getting workers in an already difficult hiring environment?
You're right. They're already having a difficult time. But what's going on is you've got somebody doing a job and they may be making, $25 an hour. And then you look outside and you say, man, I got to pay $30 an hour for these new people. So you bring in the new people who are now making more than the people who've been doing the job for a while. That's just not right. And it's not a great strategy. And so this is an opportunity for companies to step back, evaluate all their jobs, figure out what they can afford to pay, how they might need to reconfigure their pay, maybe add on some performance-based bonuses so that everybody is being paid competitively and fairly across the board.
And I'm not so sure it's going to be a buyer's market for all those workers out there if we do end up in, a recession. First thing that happens is layoffs. So yikes if you were hanging around and, vacationing for too long. Julie, thank you. It's good to have you. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.